Hi, I'm Angel Tuccy, and they call me a media specialist and a media matchmaker, helping authors, speakers, coaches, and entrepreneurs find more media exposure for their business, their book, or their brand. And today I'm going to talk about how to become a magnet for media. How do you attract more stages? How do you attract radio, television, all of those fabulous little media logos that you always see other people as featured on, as seen on? And I'm sure you're wondering, like, I want that. And how did they get that? I've got an amazing story. I'm doing all this really cool stuff. How do I become a magnet? How do I attract those media opportunities? Well, there's a really fun formula that I'm going to show you. And I want you to take out a piece of paper. And I just want you to draw like 2 lines down your piece of paper, so that you've got 3 columns, 1, 2, 3, right? And at the top of those columns, right, we're going to put some symbols. We're going to put a heart, we're going to put a $sign, and we're going to put a media logo. So this is your piece of paper, right? This is how do I become a magnet? How do I attract media opportunities? And this is how you find what is the thing, right? What is your media story? How do we stay in our lane? How do we make sure that the media opportunities that we are attracting put us in front of our ideal audience, our ideal clients, so that we can use our media opportunities to attract the right leads, fill our funnels, right? Fill our sales castle, attract more of the right people into our sales castle, our sales funnel. And so we typically use OPA, other people's audiences, to BYL, build our list, build your list, using our CTA, our call to action, our signature call to action. So OPA, BYL, CTA, or actually, I guess it's the other way around, right? Other people's audiences using our call to action to build our list, right? And now we have an unlimited sales funnel. We have unlimited exposure, leveraging the power of 2 interviews a week in front of other people's audiences gives you exposure every single week to over 100 audiences throughout the year, and using your call to action to get them into your sales castle so that you can build your list is an amazing formula for small businesses. And the beauty of it is you can do it from the comfort of your own home, from wherever you are. You don't even most of the time have to leave the house. Even, you only have to be dressed, right, from the waist up. I'm wearing yoga pants and I'm barefoot, right? And you can be a guest on somebody else's radio show, a television interview, a podcast interview. You could write an article for a magazine. You could be on a panel for media exposure, or on a group panel, a group discussion. You could be on a virtual summit and even a virtual stage, all from the comfort of your own home. So from wherever you are, you can create the impact in front of hundreds, thousands, hundreds of thousands, leveraging what I'm going to teach you today. So you have your list right in front of you. We have 3 columns. In front of the top column, or the first column, we have a heart. The middle column, a $sign, and the third column, a media logo. And you can put whatever media logo, right? What's your wish list? Where do you want to be featured on? And I want you to start dreaming. Right? Who would you love to be interviewed by? And let's make a wish list of media opportunities. I created this really fun tool called a media tracker, my media mastery tracker. And you can create a wish list of journalists and media opportunities and keep it all in one place, and then track your media exposure. The strategy that we teach is 2 interviews a week. Right? 2 interviews a week gives you exposure in front of 100 fresh new audiences every single year. And you can start to do the math and multiply. What if there's only 5 people in the audience, 25 people in the audience, 500 people in the audience, 1,000 people in the audience? And you can start to see how there's no limit to how many people can come into your sales castle. And most interviews only take anywhere from 20 to 60 minutes out of your week. This is such a great use of your time, right? Exposure. You're creating exposure in front of a fresh new audience. We're always wondering, where do we spend our time? On things that bring us exposure and things that bring us revenue. Like, those are our top 2. If we're going to schedule out our day, what creates exposure, what creates revenue? Those are our top 2 to-do lists on our day. Okay, so back to our worksheet here. I want you to, underneath the heart column, this is what you're passionate about. This is the topic that people want to pick your brain. They come to you all the time, right? Can I ask you about Angel? Can I ask you about media? Can I ask you, like, how do I get connected with? Do you know somebody who can interview me? I've got this amazing story. This is if I handed you a microphone, right? And said, without prepping, right, what could you passionately speak on? This is your list of topics. And I want you to just see all the different things that you could possibly be an expert on and a quality guest, an interviewed guest, and talk about. But we want to find the one thing, right? The follow one course until successful. We want to focus, FOCUS, follow one course until successful. We want to find the one topic that is truly going to be that great magnet that we are passionate about, that we're excited about speaking on. There's money in this space and there's media opportunities and stages for us. And we're going to stay and fill that funnel for the entire year, 2 interviews a week. But for now, like, you can just start to make a list of topics. In the middle, right, the $sign, we want to make sure that there's an audience of customers, that people want to buy something, right? They want to buy something to learn about that. They want to buy the product, right? They want to buy the book, right? They want to attend webinars, conferences, masterclasses on it. And so we're going to do a little bit of research, and we're going to look online, right? Are people buying books? Are there books on this topic? Are there masterclasses, right? Digital courses, e-learning, online classes being taught on this topic? Are there conferences and summits and seminars and webinars being taught, and are people attending these seminars and webinars? And so we want to make sure that there's customers in this space, because we're going to leverage our media exposure to get ideal clients into our sales castle, and then convert them into paying clients down the road, right? Now, we're not using the media interviews in order to sell our products. We haven't paid for advertising, so we can't sell during these interviews, but we can attract the right people back to our castle using our call to action, right? A lead magnet, a freebie, right? Come here, something for you, something for me, right? I'm going to give you a complimentary media starter kit on how you can get started with 52 press release ideas, a full year of headlines that you can use to pitch to the media. I'm going to give you a gift when you come to my website and give me your contact information, right? Something for you, something for me. So that's the freebie, right, that we're going to use in our interviews. That's our call to action that we're going to use to build our list. But we want to first make sure that we've got a topic that we're going to monetize down the road. And then the third column, of course, is the media opportunities, right? Are there media opportunities? Are there journalists covering this story now? And this is, again, we're doing our homework here. For first picking out, what am I passionate about that I would love to speak on? Because if I'm going to have you speak 100 times, I want it to be something you truly love to share, because otherwise it's going to be about 97 times too many, right? I want to make sure that it's not just vanity PR, that you're not just doing it for fun, but you're actually attracting ideal leads, therefore ideal clients, into your sales castle. And then we're going to make sure that there are media opportunities so you can conduct 2 interviews a week, right? You can build relationships with these journalists every single week, right? 2 interviews a week. So again, our homework for this one is we're going to do a Google search, and we're going to type our topic into the Google search. So you picked, right? So for me, right, I could have done empty nester, Disney, love Disney, like drinking coffee, right? Like all the things that I like or passionate about. And then what are people willing to spend money on? And now media opportunities. And so I picked media exposure for authors, speakers, coaches, and small business owners, right? And so now I can type in to the Google search, right? And type in my topic. And you might need to tweak this. You might need to find the right words, right? You can do long tail keywords, right? It doesn't just have to be a single word. It can be a phrase. And we're going to put that into Google. And when you get there, and in fact, let me actually share my screen with you so that you can see how this can come to play, right? And when you're doing your own doing your own research, right? We want you to do the homework. Go to Amazon, make sure books are selling. Go to the Eventbrite, make sure there's webinars and seminars and telesummits, right? Look at online course platforms, and are there courses being sold on this? And don't worry that other people are talking about it. Don't worry that other people are having, sharing this topic too. That means there's an audience for it. Okay, well, so let's do this one. Let's say biohacking, right? Like, so we are working with a client who is in the biohacking business, right? Biohacking industry. So we were looking at biohacking media opportunities. So you can see here, we put it in the Google search, and what came up, right, all is 13,500,000 results, right? 13,500,000 results. Pretty awesome. But what this is giving us is every website, every product, every blog, everything, right? We could do filter it out and just pick out the images, right, for biohacking, and it would give us, all these images. But there's this other one right here that says news. So we have biohacking and we have news. And of course, it breaks it down to 95,400 results. But these are media outlets that are covering the topic of biohacking, right? So Forbes, NPR, Yahoo Finance, right? So The Independent, India Today, these are all media opportunities, right? Now, some of these are press releases, right? OpenPR.com, PR Newswire. So some of these are press releases of companies putting out their news, but there's are also journalist opportunities as well. Lifehacker, Entrepreneur, Tatler, Gear Patrol, Forbes, right? SF Gate, right? So these are all media opportunities. The Bio Chronicle, right? How perfect would that be, right? New York Post, that would be a good one. Medical Daily, Business Insiders. So these are media opportunities, and this is just homework. Are there journalists? Are there media opportunities for me to speak on the topic that I am most passionate about, and that there's clients in the space? So I want you to just do your homework and start tweaking and finding out, are there media opportunities for you to be featured in, and write that number down, right? So now you have your list of topics, right, that you're passionate about. Are there books, are there webinars, are there seminars, and how many media opportunities in that space? And I want you to focus on one. Pick one and become a magnet for media. And of course, go and grab your complimentary starter kit, right? Your media guide at makeyourbigimpact.com. We'll see you in the news.